You look at this incredible move in e.l.f. Beauty, the value-oriented cosmetics brand that was the hottest growth story in the industry, for a plunge from its highs last year down to $49 in its lows last month. Now, though, e.l.f. is back up to $112 after a monster 24% run today because the company just reported a magnificent quarter, a top and bottom line beat. And more important, management announced that they're acquiring Rhode, the fast-growing beauty brand founded by Hailey Bieber. Between the quarter and the acquisition, the stock shot into the stratosphere. Where does it go from here? Let's check in with Tarang Amin. He's the chairman and CEO of e.l.f. Beauty. Find out more. Mr. Amin, welcome back to Mad Money.
Well, thank you for having me.
Okay, so Tarang, I got to tell you, this is going to show my age for a second. I thought the reason why things were so great was because the numbers were great. I like the target share. I love the tariff mitigation. But then I check in my office, and they say, are you kidding me? It's this acquisition that you made, which everybody seemed to know as being the right thing at the right time. So tell us about it.
Sure. Well, first of all, I think it's both. We just delivered our 25th consecutive quarter of net sales and market share gains. Drew our net sales 28% in fiscal 25, adjusted EBITDA 26%. So we're really operating from a position of strength. e.l.f. Beauty's on fire, and we're further fueling that fire with the acquisition of Rhode. I couldn't be more excited than to invite Rhode into the e.l.f. Beauty family. It's just an incredible business. It went from $0 to $212 million in net sales in 3 years, direct to consumer only, with just 10 products. And so we couldn't be more excited to add another fast-growing brand to our portfolio.
Now, I understand that I know it's direct to consumer, but there were talks to be able to put it in the highest-oriented beauty stores. Is there any chance that it can be in the stores that you most want it to be in?
Well, we're really excited. Not only are we excited about this brand, but Sephora, the world's largest global retailer, is going to be rolling out the brand in all U.S. and Canadian doors this fall, followed by the U.K. later this year. So we're really excited. We had one of the most successful Sephora launches last year with e.l.f. in Mexico. So we look forward to building the partnership with Sephora, and we think it's going to be a terrific retail partner for us to continue to expand Rhode.
Well, people know I like you, and I like your franchise. I like how you run your business. And so people are into me saying, oh, man, your guy is being crushed. These Chinese tariffs are going to destroy him. I said, no, if anyone can figure out how to mitigate a tariff, it is going to be Mr. Amin. And you are doing it, aren't you, sir?
Well, I'm so proud of the team. You know, we have a balanced plan. So we actually communicated to our community. We're always transparent with our community last week that we're going to be raising our prices $1. And we basically told them we're going to absorb a lot of the costs, but we're going to take it up $1. We had 98% positive sentiment of our community saying, look, this is why we love e.l.f. You always let us know what's going on. You let us know what's happening. But in addition to the pricing, we also have been continuing to optimize our supply chain and diversify our business. The fastest growing part of our business this past year was our international business, up 60%, which isn't subject to tariffs. So we're going to continue to use that balanced plan. We hope for greater certainty so that we can continue to our long-term focus that we have on this business.
Well, again, I'm going to display some ignorance here. I know that Europe has been hot. I know the European markets have been great. Little did I know that you've called out Poland as maybe the place to be. It's a great growth market for you.
It is. So our next countries that we're expanding in is we're going with Kruidvat in the Netherlands and Belgium. And then this fall, we're launching with Rossmann in Poland. It follows our successful launch with Rossmann in Germany, where we're a top 3 brand already. And really every market we're entering in a very top position. And so we have high hopes for Poland, the Netherlands, as well as the other countries we'll be expanding into.
Now, how are you going to be able to do Dollar Gen, Ulta, Target, and Sephora? I don't know many people have been able to go that let's just say that length, that distance in your category.
Well, we've proven that ability. The same quarter we launched into Dollar General to serve an underserved consumer in rural areas. We also launched with Sephora in Mexico, and both launches went off terrifically. So I've got a lot of confidence in our team and our ability to continue to expand our distribution while staying focused and disciplined to really make sure we execute with excellence.
I remember the week you first got into Target, and I said, well, I don't know, maybe you can have, hey, I went and you had about I'd say half a yard when I went to the store. And then, of course, it was all the usual guys, like the real expensive guys, 4 times your price. What if I go into Target now, what will I see?
Well, you'll see e.l.f. lead their category with 20 feet of space. But it's more than the space. We're Target's #1 brand. We have over 20% of their entire category, and they want to double down on e.l.f. They see us as one of the strongest growth brands they've seen over the years, and they'd love e.l.f. to be their first billion-dollar beauty brand. But we're also making progress at all of our other customers. At Walmart, we went from the #4 position to the #2 position this year, and we're growing at every one of our retail partners.
Now, I do want to go back to this acquisition because when I first saw it, I said, I cannot believe he's paying $1 billion in cash and stock for something that just started 3 years ago. And then I went to my very fashion-oriented daughter, and she goes, how did he get it for only $1 billion? This thing is the #1 brand. So how did you know all these things were happening? How do you stay in touch with these things?
Well, we're always community first. We have a unique ability of how we engage and entertain our community. We're the #1 brand amongst Gen Z. I think 3.5 times bigger in mind share than the next best brand. No, we're also the most purchased amongst Gen Alpha and millennials. So our whole secret is we're in touch with our community, and we have long admired Rhode and just how strong their community engagement is. I mean, Rhode is a brand. For one of their pop-up events, consumers will camp out overnight, wait 14 hours in line, not just for product, to buy into the entire lifestyle. And I got to tell you, Hailey Bieber is way more than a celebrity. She's one of the most thoughtful founders I've ever met. She has incredible instincts, a beautiful aesthetic, and the brand is absolutely resonating with that next generation. And we look forward to continuing to build it by investing more in marketing, building out the team, helping with their Sephora launch, and taking the brand global. So we're very excited about the future.
I am told that I know they hired top flight banker, that there were many who were trying to kick in the tires thinking about it, but you moved immediately. And that's how you got it. You just moved immediately with, by the way, what I understand is understanding, with kindness. These things matter to you. I know that from since you came public. And that one of the reasons why you won this wasn't just because you moved fast, but because she wanted to work with you.
No, that's right. In fact, I always tell people we're a founder's dream, because instead of over-integrating a brand into the company, we support what their vision is. And for Hailey, it was very important. This is her baby. She created it. She wants to be with it for every stage of her life, that she had the right partner. And I think one of the biggest things that works in our favor is the founders that we've worked with, whether it be Alicia Keys on Keys Soul Care or Susan Yara and her vision on Naturium, of the science of consistent skincare everywhere for everyone. They're our best advocates. They basically talk about, like, hey, working with e.l.f., they have great values. They really believe in me and what we're trying to create, and be able to propel that. In fact, our entire brand portfolio in fiscal 25 grew. And I think it's through that focus and that dedication to each founder's dreams, and being able to make sure that we're there to help them.
Well, look, I've got to tell you, I was proud of you. This was just such a kind of a tour de force move, but it's something I've come to expect from you. You never sit still. I want to thank Tarang Amin. He's the chairman and CEO of e.l.f. Beauty. Tarang, I love it when you're on the show. Thanks.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Mad Money's back after the break.
Coming up, when it comes to buying the stock, is now the time to just do it? Cramer's taking a deep dive into Nike. Next.